You know what's crazy? Most people wake up already losing the day. They open their eyes, and the first thing they do is grab their phone, check notifications, check other people's lives. They haven't even said thank you for another sunrise, and already they're comparing, reacting, surviving. Listen to me, that's not how you win the day. Winning the day starts before the world even knows you're awake. It starts in your mind, in your attitude, in the energy you decide to bring to the world. Because here's the truth, nobody's coming to hand you a winning day. You've got to create it. You've got to claim it before life starts throwing its punches. See, every single day gives you two options. You can either let the day happen to you, or you can happen to the day. You can walk into your morning like a victim of yesterday, or you can step into it like a champion ready to rewrite the story. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's possible. And that's what this episode is about. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to win your day. Not next week, not when life gets easier, not when you feel like it. I'm talking today, right now, this sunrise, this breath. Because I remember a time when I woke up tired of losing. Not just losing goals, losing control of my time, my emotions, my focus. Every morning felt like I was chasing something I couldn't catch. But then I realized something simple. If you want to win the week, you've got to win the day. If you want to win the year, you've got to win the day. If you want to win at life, guess what? You've got to win the day. It all starts here. So wherever you are, maybe you're in the gym, maybe you're driving, maybe you're sitting in silence, I want you to lock in. This is your hour. This is your moment. This is where the change starts. We're going to talk about mindset, the battlefield that decides everything. We're going to talk about routine, how to structure your day for greatness. We'll break down focus, energy, momentum, and how to carry it all the way to that pillow tonight, knowing you gave your best. By the end of this episode, you won't just hear motivation, you'll feel it. And more importantly, you'll live it. Because motivation fades, but a winning system, that's forever. So before we go any further, I want you to say this with me, out loud if you can. I will win this day. Go ahead, say it. I will win this day. Not tomorrow, not when things get perfect, right now. You've got 24 hours to build something great. You've got 24 hours to rewrite your story. You've got 24 hours to become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more unstoppable. That's how we start. That's how winners rise. Let's get into it. Let's talk about where winning truly begins, in your mind. Listen to me. Before you lift a weight, before you start that business, before you change your body, your bank account, your relationship, you've got to win the fight inside your mind. Every day, your mind is a battlefield. It's you versus you. Not your boss, not your friends, not your circumstances. It's you versus the version of yourself that's lazy, distracted, and comfortable. That version that says, 5 more minutes, that's good enough. You'll do it tomorrow. And the scary thing, that voice sounds just like you. But hear me, that voice, that's not your ally. That's your enemy in disguise. Because every time you believe that voice, you hand over your victory. You give away your momentum. You lose the day before it even begins. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. You don't need permission. You need conviction. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a decision. That's it. One decision to win the battle in your mind every single morning. I've been there, man. I've had mornings where I didn't want to get out of bed, where I felt like life was too heavy, like everything I tried kept falling apart. And you know what I realized? The enemy wasn't out there. It was in here. You tapped your chest. It was the thoughts I kept feeding. I'm tired. I'm not enough. What's the point? You keep repeating that, and your brain starts believing it. But you flip it. You start feeding your mind power. You start feeding it vision. You start feeding it gratitude, and watch what happens.
Your energy changes, your focus sharpens, your confidence rises. That's how you win the day. You don't start by changing your schedule, you start by changing your story. Every champion you've ever admired, they all had the same fight. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams. They weren't just competing against opponents, they were competing against doubt, fear, fatigue, insecurity. And you know how they won? They decided who they were before the game even started. Kobe didn't wake up and ask, "Do I feel like being great today?" No. He woke up and decided, "I am great. Now let's prove it." That's mindset. That's power. So here's what I want you to do tomorrow morning. When that alarm goes off and your body says stay in bed, you speak back. You say, "Not today. I've got work to do." You get up, you move, you act. Because you can't win the day if you've already lost the morning. Winning starts in your head. And here's the secret. You don't need to believe it fully at first. You just need to say it, act on it. And over time, your mind will catch up to your actions. That's how confidence is built, not from thinking, but from doing. When you do what you said you would do, you start to trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you become unbreakable. So today I challenge you, guard your thoughts like your life depends on it, because it does. When negativity creeps in, replace it. When fear whispers, talk louder. When doubt says you can't, you look it in the face and say, "Watch me." You are not your excuses. You are not your past. You are not what went wrong. You are what you decide to become. And it all starts in your mind. Let's keep going. You've got the mindset of a winner. Now, let's build the system that keeps you winning.
All right, so now that we've talked about mindset, the battle in your head, let's talk about how you live it out. Because listen, you can have the right mindset for a few minutes in the morning, but if you don't build a system to back it up, you'll lose that energy before lunch. You can't just want to win the day. You've got a plan to win the day. Your routine is your GPS. It's the roadmap that gets you from where you are to where you said you'd be. You can't keep saying, "I want to be successful," and then wake up randomly. You can't say, "I want to be great," and then move through your day with no direction. Every winner, everyone, has a system. Not a perfect system, not a fancy system, but a consistent one. Because success doesn't come from what you do sometimes. It comes from what you do every time. Every single day. See, a lot of people are chasing motivation, but motivation fades. What doesn't fade is your routine. When your emotions drop, your habits hold you up. Let me tell you something real. I used to wake up late, scroll on my phone for 20 minutes, check what everybody else was doing before I even checked myself. And then I'd wonder why I felt behind all day. You ever been there? Like no matter what you do, you're chasing the day instead of leading it? That's what happens when you don't take command of your morning. Because the way you start your day is the way you set your day. So let me break it down for you. This is how winners structure their mornings. 1. First thing, gratitude before the grind. Before you touch your phone, before you check the world, take 60 seconds and say thank you. Thank you for another chance. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for one more shot at greatness. Gratitude shifts your energy instantly. It reminds you that you already have something to win with. Second, move your body. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy gear. Just move, stretch, walk, push-ups, something. Why? Because movement sparks momentum. And third, feed your mind. Read something powerful. Listen to something that lifts you. Fill your head with words that align with your goals, not distractions that drain them. And fourth, set your intention. Ask yourself, what's one thing I must win today? Not 10, not 20, just one, because focus creates progress, and progress creates confidence. Now here's what separates winners from wishers. Winners don't negotiate with their routine. They don't say, well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. They decide. They show up even when they don't feel like it, because feelings are temporary, but habits build legacies. You want to know the real reason people feel stuck? It's not because they're not smart enough or talented enough. It's because they never created a structure strong enough to carry their dreams. They have passion, but no pattern. They have desire, but no discipline. But you can change that today. You can draw the line and say, from now on, my actions will match my ambition. Because I'm telling you right now, your future is built in your daily routine, not in your goals, not in your dreams, in what you do every single day when nobody's watching. Every rep, every page you read, every minute you focus, every time you show up when it's hard, that's another brick in the foundation of your greatness. You might not see the results right away, but keep building, keep stacking those small wins, because those habits are taking you somewhere. They're your GPS, guiding you toward the life you said you wanted. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't just ask, what do I have to do today? Ask, who do I have to be today? Because when your habits align with your identity, you stop trying to chase success and you start living it. That's how winners move. That's how champions rise. That's how you win the day on purpose.
Now that you've built your system, we're going to talk about how to protect it, because once you've got momentum, distractions are coming for you. You can have the right mindset, you can have the perfect routine, but if you can't focus, you'll never finish what you start. And I mean this from the heart. Focus isn't just about what you look at, it's about what you ignore. Because the world right now is loud. Everybody's shouting for your attention. Notifications, messages, opinions. And if you're not intentional, you'll spend your entire day reacting to noise instead of building your future. You've got to learn to protect your energy, protect your focus like your dreams depend on it, because they do. Your focus is your fuel, and when you waste it, you run out before you ever reach your goals. So let me ask you, who's stealing your focus? What's draining your energy? You can't say you want to win the day and then give your attention to things that don't move you forward. Some of you need to set boundaries. You're letting too many things in, too many people's opinions, too many excuses, too many hours scrolling, watching, reacting, instead of creating. Focus is a decision. It's not luck. It's not something that just happens. It's the discipline of saying no to everything that doesn't align with your yes. You see, there's two versions of your life playing out right now. The one where you stay distracted and the one where you stay dedicated. And the only difference between those two paths is what you choose to give your attention to. Energy flows where focus goes. So if you focus on problems, guess what? You'll find more. If you focus on progress, you'll build more. It's that simple, but it's that powerful. I remember when I was grinding, trying to build something out of nothing. Everywhere I turned, people had opinions. You should do this. That'll never work. And I almost listened. But then I realized, if I keep listening to them, I'll never hear me. You've got to protect your mental space like it's sacred, because it is. You can't expect clarity in your life if you keep inviting chaos into your mind. Let me say this plain and simple. If it doesn't bring peace, if it doesn't bring purpose, if it doesn't bring progress, it doesn't belong. You've got to cut off what drains you so you can pour into what grows you. It might be uncomfortable. You might lose people. You might miss out on a few moments, but you'll gain yourself. You'll gain your power back. And listen, focus doesn't mean you work 24/7 with no rest. Focus means you're present. When you're working, you're all in. When you're resting, you truly rest. When you're with people you love, you're there. Focus is about alignment, not obsession. Because when your priorities align with your purpose, you move with peace, not pressure. So if today feels messy, if your mind feels scattered, take a deep breath. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things. Choose 3 things that move the needle forward. Give them your full heart. Give them your full attention. And when the distractions come, because they will, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself who you're becoming. Focus is power. Focus is freedom. Focus is how you win the day. Not by being busy, but by being effective. Not by chasing everything, but by choosing what matters most. Protect your focus. Protect your energy. Protect your dream. Because nobody else will. And when you do, you'll find that your days stop feeling chaotic and start feeling intentional. You'll start leading your day instead of chasing it. So now you've got the mindset, you've got the routine, you've got the focus. But how do you keep it going? How do you build momentum so strong that nothing can slow you down? That's what we're talking about next.
All right, you've got your mindset right. You've built your routine. You've locked in your focus. Now it's time to move. Because no matter how powerful your vision is, if you don't put motion behind it, it dies in your imagination. The secret to winning the day isn't doing everything perfectly. It's doing something consistently. Momentum is built, not born. Let me tell you something about momentum. It doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who start. You don't need to take a massive leap. You just need to take a single step, and then another one. Because the hardest part isn't doing the work, it's starting the work. Once you start moving, energy follows. Once you start showing up, momentum builds. I remember the first time I committed to changing my mornings. Day 1, I was fired up. Day 2, still motivated. Day 3, I didn't want to move, but I told myself, do it anyway. And that right there, that's the turning point for every winner. When motivation fades, but you move anyway. You show up tired. You show up uncertain. You show up without results, but you show up. And every time you do that, you're stacking another win. Small wins stack big victories. Say that again in your mind. Small wins stack big victories. You don't climb a mountain in one jump. You climb it one step at a time. And those small steps add up. You might not see the top yet, but if you keep stacking steps, you'll wake up one day and realize you've built something unshakable. That's how confidence grows. That's how greatness is built, brick by brick, win by win. And maybe right now you feel stuck. Like no matter how hard you push, you're not seeing the progress. Listen to me, momentum is invisible at first. You won't feel it right away. You won't see the results instantly. But underneath, something's happening. You're rewiring your brain. You're rebuilding your habits. You're turning discipline into your default. And that's when it shifts. That's when the game changes. Every day you show up, you're building trust with yourself. You're saying, I can depend on me. And once you trust yourself, there's nothing you can't do. Momentum is what turns average into excellence. It's what takes one more rep and turns it into transformation. You keep stacking enough small wins, and one day you look around, you're no longer fighting to start. You're fighting to stop. Because once momentum gets rolling, it doesn't just move you, it carries you. I'm telling you, the person who wins the day isn't the one who works the hardest once. It's the one who works consistently. The one who does what they said they would do long after the feeling they said it in has left. That's how you separate good from great. That's how you separate talkers from doers. So today, stop waiting for the big break. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting for someday. Start now. Start small. Start messy. Because momentum doesn't care how you begin. It just needs you to begin. You take one small win, you stack it with another, and suddenly you've built momentum that can't be stopped. And here's the truth. Momentum attracts miracles. When you're moving, doors open, people notice, opportunities align. You're not lucky, you're in motion. So whatever your dream is, break it down. Find your small wins, stack them every single day. Don't look at the finish line, look at the next step. Then take it, because one step today becomes a habit tomorrow, and a lifestyle forever. That's how you win the day. Not all at once, but one win at a time. Now you've got the mindset, the structure, the focus, and the momentum. But there's one more piece, the way you finish. Because starting strong is easy. Finishing strong, that's what builds legacies.
You've made it this far. And if you're still here, listening, learning, growing, it means something powerful. You decided you're done with average. You decided you're done starting things you don't finish. You've decided that this time, you're going all the way. Because it's easy to start strong. Everybody starts with excitement. Everybody starts with good intentions. But finishing strong? That's rare. That's where the real ones show up. That's where champions are made. Let me be honest with you. Your day will not always go as planned. You'll wake up tired. Something unexpected will happen. People will test your patience. Life will throw curveballs. And in those moments, you'll be tempted to check out early, to coast, to say, I'll finish tomorrow. But no, that's not what winners do. Winners finish what they start. Winners give their all until the final second. Because how you finish your day determines how you start your next one. Listen, you've already done too much to stop now. You're fought too hard, pushed too far, come too close to quit in the last stretch. So when the day gets hard, that's your cue to lean in deeper. When the energy fades, dig from the discipline you've been building. When your mind says you're done, you whisper back, not yet. I've got more in me. Because the finish line doesn't belong to the fastest. It belongs to the most faithful, the ones who show up again and again, even when nobody's watching. Every day you win, you're writing your story. And every time you finish strong, you're adding another chapter to that legacy. So before you lay your head down tonight, ask yourself, did I give my best today? Did I stay focused? Did I live on purpose? And if the answer is yes, then you've already won. Even if it wasn't perfect, even if you stumbled, even if you had to crawl through parts of it, you finished. And that matters more than anything. Because success isn't built in grand moments. It's built in the small choices no one sees. It's built in those last 5 minutes when you could have quit, but you didn't. That's the difference between being good and being great, between being remembered and being legendary. But here's the real secret. Winning the day isn't just about finishing strong. It's about having the courage to wake up and do it again tomorrow. Repeat the process, refine it, recommit to it. Every sunrise is another chance, another fight, another victory waiting to be claimed. You're not chasing perfection. You're chasing progress, and progress compounds. Win one day, then win the next. Stack enough of those, and you'll wake up living the life you used to dream about. So I want you to make a promise right now to yourself. Say this with me. I will finish strong. I will stay focused. I will show up tomorrow and do it again. Because you were not born to live tired and defeated. You were born to rise, to push, to build, to win. And when you win each day, one by one, you don't just change your routine, you change your life. So as we close this episode, remember, winning the day isn't one big moment. It's a decision you make, hour by hour, breath by breath, choice by choice. Wake up grateful, move with purpose, focus with discipline, build with momentum, and finish with fire. That's how you win. That's how you lead your life. That's how champions are made, one day at a time. I believe in you. Now go out there and win your day.